Well, welcome to part 3. We're on page 266 of lesson 9, and we're under changing layer order. So we're going to click on the print 3 layer and shift click print 1 to select all 3 again, and this is in pattern 1, pattern front. So all of these are going to be selected, and we're going to choose reverse order from the layers panel. So we're just going to reverse them instead of just kind of clicking and dragging. It's just going to flip them for us. And then we're going to deselect, and we're just going to hide all their contents right there. And that kind of helps change layer order. So on page 267, viewing layers, and we're going to go to outline mode so we can see the T over here from front. And you notice it's right there. And so we know that this text is there. So we're going to go to GPView Preview or Preview and CPU just because we know it's there. So sometimes you want to view part of the work in outline mode, and sometimes you want to see it full color. So in the Layers panel, click the disclosure triangle for shirt front layer to reveal the layer content. We're going to command click or control click to the left of front color to show the contents of that layer in outline. So shirt front, we're just going to do locked everything. We don't want that. There we go. So now we kind of see it in the outline mode where everything else is in full color mode. So with the selection tool, keyboard shortcut V, attempt to click the T in the text. You most likely will set the group of content that's on top of it. It's hard to kind of get to just that. So with the locate object button, this little finder, I'm going to deselect. Actually, if you click this, it'll help us find everything. And it's kind of selects it right here, and we're going to go to Object, Arrange, Send to Back. Now that finder is helpful for when you have lots of different little things that you can't find because your layers are just so in depth. And once we send them back, we're going to command or control click the icon, and we're going to see it in preview mode, and we can see what we did. And notice the T got sent to the top of the stack, so that's a cool way to kind of play around with it. And you can get a show all layers from the layers panel if anything was hidden, but nothing is really hidden. And we're just going to hide all these things again. The next part, page 268, we're going to apply appearance attributes to layers. So we're going to open up pattern front, and we're going to click the target icon to the right of print 1, right there. And clicking the target icon selects the objects in the artboard, as you can see right there. We're going to just zoom out a little. When we click the target icon, which is that guy there, it says that we want to apply an effect, style, transparency to that change something because it's targeted. And the double ring will let you know it's targeted. So click the opacity link in the control panel, and this gives us some options. And these are layer blending modes, just like in Photoshop, and we're going to take this top one to luminosity. And we're going to take that opacity to 20. And we're going to deselect. So next we're going to do is create a clipping mask. Clipping masks are great. It's kind of how you fit things with other things, I guess. We're going to choose, well, we have our layers panel already. When it says once it's to choose Windows layers to get our layers panel open. So if your layer panel is never here, you can always pull it from here, just like you can do with most of your panels. So in the layers panel, we're going to click the disclosure triangle for the pattern front, which it's actually already open. And we're just going to select all in the layer. So we can just choose select all, then shift click to the bottom of the selection. So I'm actually going to do a Command A. So we should probably get into isolation mode. And then we'll do Command A, and not that pattern. So basically, just everything here. And once we're in here, the selection tool selected, click and drag it onto the left of the shirt. Kind of there. Kind of roughly as in the figure. And with the layers panel, a masking object must be above the objects in the layer mask. So you can create a clipping mask for the entire layer or the sublayer for the group of objects. So we're going to choose object arrange, send it back. So that t-shirt's going to be on top. So when we do the mask, it's going to mask out instead of looking really wonky. Kind of like when you have to worry about where things are placed when you're doing Pathfinder. And this is different from Pathfinder. Pathfinder is about joining or separating objects together. This is about doing clipping masks. So the object is still there, but it's masked out. If you're a Photoshop person, this makes sense. So we're going to object arrange, send it back. So it looks like it's behind. So then we're going to click the pattern front layer to highlight it. Right there, we're just highlighting it. And then we're going to click the, we should probably be out of isolation mode, I think. And then we're going to click make release clipping mask, and it didn't do that. Should be in isolation mode. Yeah, because it now see it's doing, I'm looking at these patterns and it's not clipping the way I want it, because the white shirt shape should be the top of the pattern artwork in the layer. And then we selected the pattern front layer to highlight it in the layers panel. Click the make release clipping mask at the bottom of the layers panel. And what it should do is mask it out. But it doesn't want to do that, which is, admittedly frustrating. So I'm trying to match it. Right there. Yeah, so it should work just like everything else. We have isolation mode. These are all selected. And for some reason, it doesn't want to work. So we're going to put a pause in this video, and then the beginning of the next video, we're going to figure out why it's not working.